This video is part one of our blog series on China versus US packaging production. In this blog series, we're going to go over many different factors that you should consider when deciding where to produce your packaging. One of the big ones that everyone focuses on is cost. And we think that there's a big misconception that China is always cheaper on many different types of packaging. The reality is it comes down to whether or not we can use automation in the US to produce the packaging. For example, this style of rigid box can be done with equipment. And you also notice that it doesn't really break down. So when we ship it, you're shipping this full box. So if you have to ship something like this from China, you end up shipping a lot of air. However, this style of rigid box has to be done primarily by hand, and it also has like foam that gets hand inserted, this hang tag that as well gets hand inserted. So there's a lot of labor that goes into making this box. So a really simple way that we think about it and explain it to our customers is the additional freight and tariffs by getting your packaging out of China, if it's greater than your labor and tooling savings, which is the main reason to go to China, then it is a better fit for US because you're incurring more costs than you're saving by going to China. And the opposite is true. If your additional freight and tariffs is less than your labor and tooling savings, then it is potentially a good fit for China. But we're going to talk about in our other blog parts some other factors that should also be taken into consideration, such as lead times, communication breakdown, cost of cash, as far as when you have to pay for the transactions, and several other things. So please stay tuned.